Welcome back to another office hours. I have some free time today between lessons, and I thought, you know what? I'm going to talk to you a little bit about playing melodies and how to get it together. All right. So we're gonna use my phone as a teleprompter. There's little me. See the delay? And there's the waving. Anyway, how's that for the infinite? We're going to talk about this little number. So, I'm not sure how many people out there are familiar with that song. I absolutely adore this melody. Mainly because it's kind of bluesy, but not really. You know, there's some interesting changes there. We've kind of got this D, all right, which is definitely like a D, but got a lot of kind of, it's very bluesy. Then it goes to that, and then back to the D. Okay, then back to the, finally to the 4, then back to the 7, and then back to the 4, and then this deceptive little thing. So this is what Gene. That was this Gene Autry. What's the name of the person that did this? Her name was, oh God, something like that. Anyway, the Ode to Billy Joe or something, or the Ballad of Billy Joe, but not Billy Joel. I'm not a big Billy Joel fan. Sorry, Long Island folks. Anyway, this melody. Really amazing opportunity for you to work on your touch here, okay? So we don't have to dig in on every note. That's right, that 6 happens there, okay? Over top of that. So we can utilize these little 1-fret bends. Those kinds of things. Alright, and then we can get the 9 sliding up from the flat 2. Then we're going to go into the G chord. Back to the 4. And then finally that killer lick. And we were together, summer top the Tallahatchie Bridge. Alright? Anyway, great opportunity for you to learn some silly melody from this old tune. Right? This doesn't have to be just this Bobby Gentry. That's the name of the lady. Bobby Gentry. It's kind of that indigenous, not indigenous, androgynous, not indigenous. Anyway. It's got that kind of flat 3 to it. Kind of a darker sound to that. Alright? So, look, whether or not you're going to take my advice and learn how to play that melody, whenever you're playing a tune, figure out the melody. Figure out it in a couple of octaves. Right? Alright, these are all just ideas, right? Without that melody, you fucked. You don't know what you're doing. You're just going to be playing riffs and ideas and kind of scaly stuff. And that is absolutely not what I would ever try to teach you if you were studying with me. I would try to teach you how to corral your ideas, focus them, guide them towards making a statement that seems connected to the source material. Now, whether or not you want to be tethered to the source material, that's entirely up to you. But I think it's kind of a cop-out to say, like, I don't want to play the melody. Okay, you don't have to only play the melody, but you should at least know it so that you can know how to come into and out of it and serve it either through emulating its phrases, if not the phrasing of the melody, rather than the actual notes, okay? So we can take a lot of information from a melody that isn't necessarily the notes. It could just be the rhythm of the da 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 da, that kind of syncopated thing there. Well, we could do that over some other note in there. We don't have to go. We could go. We can play there, or that stuff. I'm using the melodic information, in particular its rhythm, to kind of steal that. Acting a bit how you approach a song, and he said he likes to start with the melody and expand out from there. Yeah, and this isn't just a Garcia thing. This is just like how good music is most of the time is made. Is most people start by thinking at least about where this is, where the impetus for being a lead guitar player is to play the melody or a melody, something that you're hearing. It's not just to shred, right? I mean, I don't really play fast anymore, and question whether or not, now I think about it, whether or not I ever really played well fast when I was a child. People have remembrances of me playing quickly but I don't really think I was doing a very good job of it. So the thing is, you want more bang for your buck. I mean, think about what's happening here. We're not really doing too much except catching that melody and the rhythm of it, and then the odd little lick or note that kind of gives it a little sass. So instead of they're playing something kind of going back and forth, and I'm kind of getting a little funky with it. Using some approach tones to give it a little bit more vocal stuff. Learning a little melody, even, let's say it was, let's ditch that. And let's do just something like, right? Something like that. Taking even just like a simple Beatles melody and learning how to find it on the guitar. Yeah, that was Taxman. So we want to learn how to do that. Right? Really amazing stuff to be able to find melodies off the top of your head because you're intervallically aware. You want to be able to understand where melodies are springing from, right? So whether or not it's knowing that it's coming off the root or the third, right? You want to be able to be aware enough of your intervallic stuff so that you can play into and out of changes with a greater degree of intuition, okay? So anyway, that was really just what I wanted to talk about is maybe you set yourself up for some successes in life. Set aside a little time, find a melody that you like, transcribe it a little bit, and then play it. Whether or not it's something as simple as something over, let's choose another melody. Let's just do we'll just set up a nice little beat. So if we did like, we could do something like this. We could even make it funny for Grateful Dead fans out there. Okay, so now we've got a little melody to play. We could obviously play the melody to something like that, right? why not take it even a step further? And you could start playing melodies that you already know. You know, like. You know, putting little Beatles melodies or like. Soon your melodic instincts kind of start to, I don't know, shelter you a little bit. Like when I'm looking around and not quite sure what's going on, which by the way totally happens all the time. Sometimes I'll get kind of out of place a little bit and I just kind of can fall back a little bit on my own ear, and that's actually kind of where it feels dangerous and a little risky for a second or two, and usually that only lasts for a little bit, but it's super fun. And I would totally encourage you as a steady watcher of the show to make sure that you're aware of the interval that you're playing of the chord you're playing over at all times. You really want to do that, okay? So that's it. I just wanted to come on real fast and not blab too much. And that Ode to Billy Joe, I always loved that melody, and I just started fucking around with it for a second. I figured I would share with anybody. So you know, a quickie, but if anybody has any questions, speak now or forever hold your peace. I'm going to go upstairs and do a little lunch, and I've got my well, I don't think I can do it. Oh, actually, I think I'm actually free until 4, so that's good. So I have some time to actually have a full lunch today, and I'm hoping that if there's any questions, happy to answer. Sam Jones, you seem to be talking to me a little bit. That's nice. Thank you very much, Jim and company, for loving the videos. All right, well, I guess that's that. And I'm happy to see and talk to anybody who's out there. And if you're interested in contacting me about lessons, obviously it's all over the place, but jack_divine@hotmail.com. And hopefully you guys can dig a little bit of that Ode to Billy Joe. Don't forget, it's not a straight blues, okay? So that's over this D7 sound. That 9. Then down to the 6 quickly glists from the. Okay, because that second chord that happens over top of that loop is the D7 to A minor, and then back to D7. So that's unfortunately, the one that's built into the Kemper. All right, I don't appreciate it at all. It's not long enough. It always tells me I can only make one layer of loop rather than 3 or 4 layers, because if you use all of the slots on the Kemper, it kind of overwhelms the brain of the Kemper, and it's like, oh, I don't know what to do. I can't play like 3 or 4 of the same, 8 effects spoken for on it, so it kind of tops out its memory power quickly. It pops often. It's awful, but it happens to be built in, so I just use it all the time just because it's simple. But I don't use loopers when I play live. I've never found that loopers and drummers really can stay friends for very long. They start out friendly, but pretty soon one starts to rub against the other, and it's like, stop. This isn't a mechanical thing, unless we're playing to a click track, and it's like, then it's a whole nother head. Then there's a certain degree of organic quality that tends to disappear if you're playing to pre-recorded things like loops and stuff like that. And so, as much as I love studio work and premeditated bits of musical composition, live for me is more about the experience of playing into and off of the ideas of others and into the scene, stuff like that. So whatever's going on in that moment, that's where I want to try to be as much as I can, or I'm trying to guide it where I think it needs to go. Sometimes I'm of the music, and sometimes I'm definitely pushing or pulling it where I want it to go. All right, so I don't use loopers for those reasons, basically. All right, any other questions? Oh, hey, thank you for the compliment, or a feed. I'm not sure, or a five. Anyway, wonderful to see any and all of you. And if you're catching this on a broadcast, hey, sorry for the short lesson, guys, but I just wanted to come and go real fast and share with you that what I consider to be that melody is just awesome. Very haunting song, especially the string arrangement on the original recording. If you listen to it, I think if you haven't heard that song, go check it out. It's pretty cool. It tells like a story about like a kind of definitely like a rural community where everybody knows each other pretty well and kind of doesn't say what's on their mind sometimes, kind of a American Gothic kind of creepiness to it, and clearly something scandalous took place on top of this bridge, and it kind of goes spectacularly unmentioned what it really was. I can never tell whether or not it's like a couple had a baby out of wedlock and they threw a child off the bridge, and maybe there was a dead body involved, or who knows? I don't know what you don't know what it is. It's kind of like you don't know what's in the suitcase in Pulp Fiction. It's like that kind of thing. Anyway, I hope you guys are staying happy and playing a lot. I've gotten some great practice today in between all my lessons, and I had a lesson I thought between 2 and 3, but he bagged out on me and said, "Oh no, I meant to tell you that's next week." So that's good. I'll see you next week, Mike. All right, and other than that, I hope everybody's doing great, and I'm going to go upstairs and have a snack.